My practice is mainly sculptural with elements of performance in it, but the sculptures are often dispersed in a way that it's an installation. And since 2009 I've been making floor pieces, or I call them floor pieces, which are knitted rugs. So a lot of the inspiration from the floor pieces comes from doing yoga, and while doing yoga I would start fantasizing about these mats that are rectangular, and like how it would feel if those had different shapes, and how it would feel if they had different colors, and what they would do, like if it would do anything. And this particular one came after I already made several others, where the floor pieces also became sort of stages for a performance, and the performance was a movement, a choreography. And then after that I started thinking, what if the floor piece sort of had a diagram, so it would already initiate this idea of a movement that you can have on the floor piece.
And also we had this, reminded of that spiral drawing and talking about movement in space, but also movement to the interior. And you've been telling me about the idea of the domestic space and that interiority as well in relation to these works.
Yeah, I guess I'm interested in both things, like the sculpture, but also the sort of psychological meaning maybe behind the sculpture. So for instance, the rug also being a sort of a part of the interior, but also maybe as a metaphor for something in the inside, the interior that you're made up from. So when I was working on these floor pieces, I was thinking like, what other works would I want to make, because in my mind they were also with other sculptures, but I didn't really know yet which. I think in sculpture I'm attracted to these questions of, that a sculpture has weight. So and I was interested in this duality of spirit and matter. What's the soul? What are you built of? And so I thought the way of maybe expressing that in a sculpture is this idea of two weights so they're made of ceramics and they have this text on the outside. And then I also really like the tension of the bamboo. And for me, the bamboo also has a bit that feeling of a bone, or you see the growing areas of the material, which I like. And then I like that the lights, you can see that there's something flowing inside.
You've also made other works with different sorts of floor works in which you incorporate performance and movement and dance, and I've heard you speak of them as kind of platforms or places of particular energy.
Yeah, I like that in a lot of my work there's the sculpture, and then there's also the moment of a sculpture maybe possibly be activated. And so at a certain point I also like the idea that this is actually just a sort of a flat work, but then when someone is on it, it sort of gets animated. I think the magic for me is where you have these moments where it feels like some things are meant to be in a certain way. Sometimes it feels like it's destined or not, but I feel that magic is maybe something that can influence something else. So by doing a certain ritual, you hope to influence something happening, and I think that links very well to sculpture, because for me the object is a carrier.